Alright guys, I figured I would, I'm heading to Mississippi right now for their opener. Got the kayak loaded up. Got everything I need. Phone, wallet, keys, bow, release, arrows. The essentials. Regardless, I figured I would give a little update on the Georgia Youth Weekend. I ended up getting up with Mr. Warren and Jane. We got Jane here. Jane, everybody. And Warren's been seeing some turkeys down here, so we're gonna make the old uneventful Georgia typical field turkey evening setup. So we're just gonna set up, do some blind calling, and see if we can kill a turkey. See what happens. And we rode around and rode around and rode around and didn't find any turkeys on anywhere we could hunt. We sat up and blind called a little bit and didn't have any luck. Then this morning I went with a buddy of mine, Brandon, and his little girl, Charlie. Give me that look of determination. In Evie, and we set up in a field that basically he had been seeing some turkeys come to. Elected not to really call because the turkeys were gonna come. Some hens came, gobblers stayed down in the woods, and we elected to move on them. All right. We are gonna walk down in here, see if we can strike something. Turkeys are acting a little funny this morning. And I figured I would just share with y'all kind of how that all played out. Does this thing kind of dome over like this? Falls back off. We need to get set up right up here. That little opening right there. Here, I'm strutting. To the right. Strutting. Stay where you're looking. Well, plan accomplished. We got those 3 gobblers up to 20 from Charlie and Brandon. Charlie couldn't get the, bead on the turkey. She's only 10 years old, and you know, we're in the woods. Turkeys aren't fixated on anything, and so it was just tough. But guess we'll see y'all in Mississippi. We got on some. Got some into the gun. Just had some technical difficulties there. We'll see y'all in Mississippi. People, we're in Mississippi. People meet Chuck Rose. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go to the spot. Chuck's got a few spots he's offered me to check on private. I'm gonna go do that, but probably my destination will be some public waterway. What do you think?
I think that's gonna be
Looks
your
good.
best bet.
All right, so I promised some of y'all I would show you this whole kayak build real quick. So we're just gonna go ahead and knock this out. Hold this if you would. So we'll just start up here at the front. So basically what I did is I relocated the drain plug hole. Give them a little close up on that. So I moved that from the back to the front. Reason being is the back hole portion is in polyfoam, so definitely not going to drain water from the back anymore. This works fine. We just drained some water out of it just a while ago. Look in here. I've got this drilled out with big thick zip ties. This is a longer basket I got on Amazon. Yeah, I could stick a turkey in this, or I could stick my vest actually when I'm going down any water system. So all you gotta do is twist it off there, and I've got it hung on this little thing right here. But twist it off of there, you got a little dry storage compartment. This right here, I may put polyfoam in and put a small lithium battery in that and run the wires to a lights or stuff out here. That's probably what I'll do there. But for now, it's dry storage. So it just snaps right back on there. So right here, this right here was, you saw that cup holder, that used to be here. I took it out and I put like a net. I made this mesh cup holder, basically with screws, washers, and all that fun stuff. I can hold my coffee and I can push this out the way. You got a close up on that?
Yep.
I can push this out the way if I need to slide something under the kayak. Right here, these are Culpin four-wheeler bow gun holders. I basically JB welded this in place. So that is not coming loose, and that's kind of what I wanted there. These can be kind of brittle. It uses a lock pin. That thing doesn't work. Probably don't want to bet on that holding anything. I just JB welded everything and then painted it black. Coming over here, you can see this is polyfoam all right here. This is kind of sanded down to match the contour of the seat. Not very pretty. It's got a little bit more work to do, but it fits good. It seals tight. Water out of there. That's that. Over here, probably need to undo this. This right here is where I filled in the whole back portion of this whole kayak with polyfoam. It's part A and part B. You pour part B first, then part A, then you mix it all up, then you pour it all in here, and I capped off the ends. It foams up, you let it dry, you cut it, and you start sanding it. I carved this slot for this lithium battery right here, and I just keep working at it, and it slides right in there perfect. Eventually I'll get a solar panel up top that'll trickle charge that battery, but for now full charge should last me like 20 miles or something like that. So there you have it. That's pretty much it. This motor mount, y'all have already seen this before. I just sanded it and painted it, shortened the trolling motor shaft down to like, I don't know what that is, 20 inches, something like that. So it gets the job done. But anyhow, that's that real quick. I told y'all I'll give y'all an update on the kayak build and all that fun stuff. One more thing I'm gonna show you real quick just to get this over with, because I promised some people I would do this. I'm gonna show you kind of how I carry all my stuff right now. I've kind of just messed with this system a little bit and got a little bit better idea about how I want to do things, make it simpler, and this is what we came up with. So I'm gonna grab my vest real quick and I'll show you that. So I came up with something. Whenever I do use a decoy, which is pretty often because I'm self-filming without a blind, but I try to keep it simple. A Jake, maybe a lay down hen, and I've cut the tab on the strap, folded it over, and reinforced it on a stitch with a little carabiner clip on this side. Put the top section of the bag up top. it clips around my vest right there. All right, that way. The other clip, I can clip onto my vest right there. Same principle, double the strap, clip on that side. There's no strap running across my neck, choking me to death. And it's pretty dang comfortable, redistributes the weight. Now, what about my camera? All right, so my big camera. All right, so my big camera is gonna go right through my strap. And like I say, I do not have any affiliation to any of these companies. I just like this Nomad vest. I've said before, this original Nomad vest. I'm very abusive to equipment, and this is really the only vest that's lasted more than a year, and this one's actually on year 3. I'm pretty impressed. I've never had a vest last that long. Everything's like quadruple stitched on this vest too, right out the factory. I like that. So everything, the weight's distributed, but what am I gonna do with my bow? So a lot of times I used to do this and carry it through the woods, and it snags on crap and it's making all kind of noise. But if you notice, I saw something this year. It's called Bow Spider or something like that. It's a company. So that locked in, and this goes onto a receiver on my back of my bino harness. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
See it now?
Yep.
Okay, that's the receiver that this goes into. All right. So before I show you how that snaps in, showing my bow pod here. So my bow pod, this bow pod, you can't get it anymore. They don't make it anymore. I've got several of them, but it comes in a 6mm or 5mm fiberglass rod. I ordered an 8mm fiberglass rod offline, sanded it down to it barely fit in there, JB welded it, hit it with a hammer. It's not coming out. There's set screws on this thing, which you don't even need the set screw at all once you JB weld it and all that fun stuff. So it's just trying to keep it simple. But I just take it right here from the riser, you know, but like that, and I'll just reach for it, kind of feel it, and it just slides right in there. So now I've got everything out of my way. I'm not like holding anything. Binocular holder right here. So I got my hands free, which is, I think, super important. That's one of the things, like, I'm always glassing, picking my way through the woods. I need to have my hands available, and I need to be able to, you know, be picking these things up. I probably pick these things up 1,000,000 times each spring. So that's big. So that's kind of the system, y'all. I mean, there you have it. I feel like I'm someone selected me for one of these PS4 Nintendo games or something like that. But yeah, that's it. So hopefully that gave you a little bit more insight on kind of how I run around like a Bansky man through the woods. But if you have any other questions, send me a personal message or drop a comment below. And I appreciate y'all watching. Today's day 1 for Mississippi for me. Getting a little bit of a late start. Had a little monsoon this morning. And typically I hunt in the rain, but you know, I got plenty of time. Just didn't feel like getting all my gear and everything wet. Felt like I'd spend more time waiting for everything to dry out or get more comfortable. So we're ready to hunt now. So I guess this is video 1. We're here. I'll go ahead and edit this, have it up as soon as possible. And next video you see will be hunting in Mississippi.